What is Athens Ave? Athens Ave is a hangout where the body of Christ can come and wrestle with our witness in the world that is becoming increasingly intolerant to our presence, to our position, and most of all, the praise to our God. What is Athens Ave? It's where we give a biblical worldview on life and ministry and seek to courageously respond to it as it's happening. You never know who you might see on Athens Ave. On Athens Ave, you're going to hear gossip in the pew. You're going to hear a fight in this corner. And on Athens Ave, we'll provide wisdom from the men of Issachar. It's always going down on Athens Ave. Make sure you make it right on Athens Ave. Hey,
Yeah.
hey. You know what? That's such a bop. That is
You
such a
know,
bop. Yeah, shout
always.
out to D-Jax.
Sure.
Like, that's a bop. So
Mhm.
how's your week been, sir? You had a
It's
good
been
week?
yeah. It's been all right.
It's been all right. A couple
Yeah.
weekends
I've been
ago.
hanging out on the Ave,
Oh,
and that's always good. Get to talk to different people out here with different ideas, different idols. Helping them just find their way. You feel me?
I, is that how I was actually going to celebrate you? I know I celebrated my 25th, but a couple weeks ago or so, you
Mm,
guys celebrated a big anniversary too. Was that 28?
2020. Which one you talking about? My wedding
Yeah,
or my
your wedding
pastoral?
anniversary. No, the
Okay.
pastoral. We're not
Yeah.
even at the pastoral anniversary yet, but you go ahead
We
and rush
a-
it. But
actually we are at week 6.
I
Yeah.
mean, we're week 6, but I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about the past. I want to celebrate you. Can I do
Okay.
that?
Yeah.
How was
Yeah.
your wedding anniversary? What year
Wedding
was it?
anniversary was good. It was 28 years
28 years. And then how
married.
many years pastorally?
21 years pastoral.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness
yeah,
gracious. I'm so proud of you, Dr. LA. This is
yeah.
like those are major accomplishments.
They
Yeah,
are.
so yeah,
Yeah.
that they really are in real life. So we are here for another great episode of
We all
Athens
here.
Avenue. Yes, we are
What?
here. Don't do me and my accent because I
Uh,
don't really feel like I have an accent,
you
but
do now. You do now. You got a Philly Texan accent.
a Philly,
You know what I mean?
a Philly John with a Texas
Philly
accent.
Joe with a Texas accent.
That is wild. That is
Like
wild.
my sister. My sister is got her Philly accent with the North Carolina slurred in.
Okay, yeah, because the twang it happens every now and
I
then,
did
but
a
it's
twang
alright.
after a minute. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, listen, I mean,
Uh-huh.
I'm enjoying the Texas streets. I'm enjoying having a little Southern in
It's
me,
all
you know
good.
what I mean?
Anybody hear
It's
you?
all good.
Yeah.
So can I go ahead and
Absolutely.
kick you out? Can I kick you out? I mean,
Can
it
I
was
kick
good to
it?
kiki.
Yes, you can. Can
I
you kick it?
can't can I kick it?
Yes, you
Yes,
can.
you can. Okay, he said I could. So we're gonna go ahead and get to my favorite segment. I don't even know if my segment is the favorite segment. I don't think I've ever called it my favorite segment. So welcome to season number 5. This is my favorite segment. Now, this clip that I'm showing is going. I'm borrowing this from YouTube so you guys can see we're not stealing anybody's information. But this happened last month, and we didn't talk about it last month. So I figure it's October, my birthday month. Hello, we should talk about it. I've got something to tell you. I've got some news in the pew. In the pew.
During the Jewish Feast of Trumpets.
The rapture is upon us. Whether you are ready or not, today what people will hear is God revealing his plan
to his people.
to the people of the world.
Yeah.
God took me to see the future and then he brought me back.
Brought you back.
And then in heaven, in a throne room, I see Jesus sitting on his throne and I could hear him very loud and clear. I am coming soon. And to the people who are listening, please pay attention to what I'm going to say. He says to me, on the 23rd and the 24th, 2025, I will come to take my church.
Okay, so the date of the rapture, to be exact, was September 24th, 2025. Y'all, are we living are we the ones that are left back? Because I didn't hear the trumpet sound, and I'm not really sure what that's about. So let me go ahead and ask. I really feel like um I stress the pastors out. Oh, he has his head down. Let me just bring up the rest of the people because maybe he needs help, guys. I feel like we made it. So hey PK, how you
Hey,
doing?
doing
Okay,
all right, doing all
let
right.
me when they say they're doing all right, this is not okay. So I'll bring up the OG
Hmm.
Pastor R Dub. How y'all doing?
I guess my question was: is everybody still here? Is everybody still backstage? That's all I wanted to see.
Yeah,
You know.
I mean,
exactly.
I was
I'll be
trying to
back.
figure out if we may, but you know what? The reason why I highlighted this video is because we talk about false prophets. We talk about, pastors who should not disseminate information that's not directly from the Lord. And so he said that Jesus told him he was coming back for his church on the 24th. Pastors, what do y'all got to say about that?
I would say, hand me a stone because I want to be biblical about this.
Yeah.
You know, because
Mm.
in biblical times, if you gave false prophecy
Mhm.
and it was found to not come true, what we would do is just stone you.
Yeah.
So somebody just hand me a stone. I'm gonna start
Hand
with
me
that.
hand me a stone. Okay. So we got stoning coming back, Old Testament in the house. I mean, I like Smite. Smite is straight from the Old Testament. So come on, fellas. Come on, OTs. What do y'all think about?
Well,
And
well,
this was a phenomenon, right? This in real life,
Uh-huh.
this was all over the internet in September. It was all over the webs. Everybody was preparing for the rapture the same way that we were preparing for Y2K.
I don't know if everybody
Man, not
was.
everybody.
I,
Stop.
I,
Stop.
I heard some folks buzzing. I heard some people talking about it. I didn't see.
I'm
I
messing
never
Yeah.
with
saw that, so I didn't know where it originated from. I just know
Yes.
I started hearing chatter about it. Where's
Mhm.
my man at now? Is he in hiding?
I
Well,
Well,
they
I
had
That's
have
what I
a
smoke.
want to know.
question.
I want to know, what did he say on the 26th or the 25th?
what on the 27th, right?
The fact that he said that the Lord brought him up to see him on the throne
Mhm.
and told him he's coming back on a particular date, and he's supposed to be quote unquote a man of God because the other stuff is hogwash. So since
He
you
using my
actually,
word. I love
yeah,
it.
I like that. That was good. Hogwash.
yes, you were taken up and then brought back to tell us the
Mm.
date when Jesus left and said that that's not his to
That's my
give
point.
out.
That's his
Let's
point.
get to that point.
And
Jesus said it's not for us to know the day nor the
right, he
hour.
said that's
Only
in the Lord's hands.
only
So
his daddy. So if he didn't know, and he said it was only for his daddy to know, then why in the world would they tell him?
now, did he
You
say
know,
his daddy or his father?
who you talking
Okay,
about?
you know
Jesus?
what, PK? Did you? Because this is
Yeah.
not in this corner. Did you want to weigh in
Yeah.
on this, PK? I mean,
Well,
I
I
don't
Wow.
want
mean,
to remove them in the beginning of the show.
Please don't. Please don't.
I mean, I saw this, and I think this is what happens when you got a lot of people. There's a lot of Christians and individuals in positions like this. They like to talk a lot without Bibles in front of them.
Mm.
And when you get to that point, you got some of what we have here. I mean, and I guess he's a prophet. And one of the things I wish,
Can you really say that?
Can you really say that? Yes.
Well, that's
well,
what he called himself.
that's
So
what he
we'll
called
leave it,
himself.
right?
Okay.
We'll
And
leave it.
I wish folks who are hyper in that I don't want to say hyper charismatic or hyper dispensationalist, but folks that delve in the prophetic, they need to police themselves. They need to police their
Absolutely.
people. And this is what you get when folks feel very comfortable just talking.
Mhm.
They go to a verse, close their Bible, they talk 30 minutes, and you're like, you are so off. And if you watch the video of him declaring that the rapture would happen on a specific date, there were folks from all over the world that were championing. They were hyping him up. He was on a Zoom call, and the time that he declared, it was hours after what he declared would happen didn't happen. Everybody just got quiet, sheepishly went away, logged off, embarrassing. It was this tomfoolery. And I'm like, yo, we still falling for these things. I remember there was a guy, California, you had him,
Harold Camping, you had the radio.
Harold Camping, all these guys predicting this stuff. I'm like, yo, what does this have to do with spiritual life? Don't you have enough to do in ministry than predict when Christ is coming back? Right. And these folks are so inundated in numbers and watching for Christ to come back that they can't live in the present. And many of them are just, and they have a hype team, folks that hype them up.
I think that the policing themselves is important, but they don't do it because they're in a different place. But I think the accountability piece, though, for the others, like how do you listen? How do you listen after that? How does anyone listen after that? See, if they actually walked away and refused to ever listen to that individual again, I guess what? They'll stop doing that stuff. They'll stop doing that. Right. Because they know the consequences of it. Like, I was joking about the stoning. Right. But, but if folks actually walked away, turned them off and said, nah, I know now he's a false prophet, I'm done. Then boom. But to have somebody who say, hey,
no consequence.
Jesus did wrong he was out of pocket for 85% of his life, and folks still show up at church.
Yeah. Wow. I'm like, when do you walk out? When you walk out, when are they held accountable?
Okay, hold. Y'all all talking at the same time. Y'all know we on the show. So one person has to go at a time. So R-Dub, did you want to go?
Thank you. Yes, thank you, lady. I appreciate your wisdom. It looked like the two ladies were shocked at what he said.
They did, didn't they?
They
was like, we gotta get our house in order.
Yes. And then now my question will go back to what Dr. L.A. said. Now, would they be in church on Sunday after it didn't come to pass? Because he would learn a lesson if they don't show up on Sunday. And
what if they went and spent all their money? What if they just went and did something so rash because they actually believed him? Right.
Well, you know what they did?
And that actually harmed them. They actually did something. Then I got to wonder, are you going to come back for dude? Because he was wrong.
Listen, I mean, you know what? That is a very valid inquiry that we don't know if people just like spent all their life savings, if they did some things that they never thought they would do in life, but they were preparing for Jesus' return, even though it says no one knows day or the hour.
They gave all their stuff to the sinners. They're like, I know you ain't going, so I'm going to sign all my stuff over to you.
And then when they have to come back, then they're asking for their stuff back. But the thing is, these prophets, these quote unquote prophets, individuals that call themselves prophets, have no accountability. Yet they want to call all these people to the carpet. I've seen it. It's like, I call myself a prophet. I'm declaring, I'm decreeing, and it's so generalized. But folks flock to these spectacles, and there's absolutely no accountability for what they say out their mouth, and they mess up people's lives. People come bringing hope, wanting to hope in these things, and they walk away disappointed and broke. And there's no consequence. And so you can't come at folks who just simply make fun of or don't believe in someone that calls themselves a prophet and that they got a word from the Lord. It's that. Thus the stoning.
That's just look. See, we fitting it. No, R-Dub, because y'all.
Well, I'm just going to say, absolute power corrupts absolutely. That's all.
Oh, okay. Because we get nervous when R-Dub says, "Now, see." So listen. Obviously, we can talk about this on and on, guys. But I'm so glad that you're engaging with us in the comment section, and it also looks like you made it through the fake rapture. Listen, I figured we'd leave in the pew and just come straight to my favorite segment, which is
In This Corner.
You ready
I'm
tonight?
ready.
But you
I'm
know, they be
ready.
picking on you. They be picking on you, but you know I got your back because you
I
my
know you
favorite.
do, and I
What are you
appreciate
warming
it.
up? You warming up over there? What's going
Yeah,
on over
don't
there?
Man.
don't do him. Don't do him.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the topic: is having. I mean, what are y'all doing on this show? Is having friends and family as members. I don't even want to read the question. As members of your church, a blessing or a burden?
Hey, man. Happy
Hey,
belated anniversary to you, man.
thank you, man. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. Way to start off nice. You know.
Yeah, man, because, you know,
Yeah.
you and
You
your
want,
bride celebrating 28 years.
yeah,
Praise the Lord.
we had 28. You know, Pastor, I just celebrated my 21st. You know,
Oh,
so
yeah.
yeah, appreciate that. Do
Well,
you
big time.
do you want me to start on this question?
Let me start on this one because
I think
I
you always
believe,
start, don't you?
you,
I'm just wondering. Do you
but
always
you
start?
said seniors first, and so I'm just continuing that flow.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So I'm
what
going
we're not going to do is start off incorrect. Okay, so Dr. La is going to start first. Can we agree on something before y'all start fighting?
Why am
yeah.
I starting first? Because what? Okay. So
Because she said so. It's your anniversary.
do you? Okay.
Yeah.
So I think, of course, it's a blessing to see your family come to know the Lord and to grow in their faith. You know, I've had the pleasure of baptizing aunts and my in-laws and close friends and cousins, but there's also a pain in having to deal with their failings, deal with their departures, deal with them not giving of their time, their talent, and their treasures. And it hurts more when family betray you or don't live up to expectations than it does when it's just a member that all you know of them is from church. So for me, it can be a blessing, but I've definitely felt the burden of it as well.
Okay, so you're saying it's both and. So I can see. But I would say, for me, I look at it as a blessing and then say, and it can be a burden. Reason why I say it's a blessing, well, hold it. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
I
It
just said the
is a
same thing.
blessing. No, no, no. It is a blessing
And it
to
can be a
have.
burden. Go ahead.
Okay, I didn't do you like that. It is a blessing because not only are they a part of the universal body of Christ, part of that assembly, and the blessing is they're serving, they're growing, they're participating, they're loving, and then you can count on them in terms of relationship building. And then they can also be such a blessing that when you are down, there's nobody like family that can come around and be supportive and encouraging. At the same time, different than the way you started out saying. You said it blessing like
No,
and
that was you
then
playing. You wasn't even listening. You was sitting there trying to play a violin while I'm telling you all the highlights of what it was.
no, you
You was
didn't
just
maximize the highlights.
you just
But
was
anyway,
playing the back.
the burden piece would be the privileged side because I am the pastor's family. I don't have to submit to anything. I don't have to fall in line. I don't have to. Why? Because that pastor is my relative. I think that becomes the burden side because they may begin to behave in a fashion as if to say the word, the rules don't apply to them because of their relationship to the pastor. That would be the negative side. But the
Interesting.
blessing side
Okay,
is
thank you.
the piece.
Interesting though. I
Hold it. I
what?
gave you a shout out for your anniversary and everything.
Interesting.
And that didn't give me no.
Yeah, I gave you your time. I mean, that's a different way of looking at it. I haven't experienced that part of. I mean, I guess on the other side of the tracks is some kind of benefit to be the pastor's relative. On mine, the pastor don't get nothing, so the relatives know they ain't getting nothing either. So that's not even the issue where I'm at. You know, when
Oh,
I think
but context does mean a whole lot.
absolutely. But
Okay.
what I'm speaking of when I talk about the burden, I really have to remind myself you know, and I had to do this over the 21 years, that these are the Lord's disciples and not mine. And I'm being
Amen.
totally honest, right? Because it's difficult to let it go when it's someone you know and you have loved all your life, and they ghost you or they betray you or they come up short, as opposed to somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
right? And
Definitely.
because not only does it affect church life, it affects personal life, right?
Yes.
Because it's like, wow, we were this, and I was there for that, and like, if you expect anybody in the world to be in your corner, it's family.
Right.
Then I'm reminded of Jesus,
Go ahead, Reverend.
who couldn't do no miracles in his hometown,
Mm.
who brothers didn't even believe who he was. You know,
Ah.
so I'm reminded of our Lord and the lack of support that he got in his hometown and in his culture and in his family, you know. And so I have to tell myself over and over again, right, that is not about you, right? And
Yeah.
you can't take them personally, and be blessed and encouraged that you had a moment to share faith, or to pastor, to shepherd, whatever that season was, and trust that God got away. But I can't front. You know, I said to my wife before, like, yo, I'm not inviting nobody else in my family or no more friends to church. Like, I literally engage with folks I don't know to invite them to have a part, because I've been so hurt by family and friends within the church, right?
And
So,
I understand that.
so for me, it's like, you know what? I would rather have others that come and I shepherd. You know, I mean, and it hurt when anybody leave. If you're a
Right.
pastor, it
Yeah.
hurts when anybody leave,
Right.
but it hurts more than ever when you got lifelong family or friends and they do it.
Yeah, and I can understand that. And I let me back up. I think sometimes with this, we have to be careful as pastors that we don't mistreat family and friends because of that fear of what that would happen. We know that it's more painful when family and friends do it, but we have to treat them. And I know it's difficult, with the same grace that we would treat a non-family or friend. And I know it's painful because, you know, I've experienced it as well, and it does hurt more. It's like what David said: it wasn't my enemy, it was you, my comrade, my ace boon coon, my friend, my family. You are the one.
Mm-hmm.
And then to go and speak negatively about me, you are my relative.
Fredo.
And
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and so, but that happens. But
Right.
I think it's and I know we respond differently when it's a family member, a friend, when it's a stranger, but it
Mm-hmm.
hurts nevertheless. But I think we have to be very careful, because you remember, as you stated, you know, Jesus died for them too.
I
Yeah.
came in because it was pleasant. I thought this was a good entry moment, and now we're attacking the Great Commission Church. What happened?
No, I didn't attack the Great Commission Church.
What
I
happened?
just renamed it Great Commission Anderson Church.
My name ain't on the marquee.
Okay, so
Oh boy.
I actually thought this was the perfect time to bring us up and for you to give your opinion. And now they're arguing about the renaming of the church. So
It's all
I'm gonna bring them back, PK. Okay, let's bring them
right.
back to see if we can quell that and quench it real quick. Let's bring them back, guys. Okay, so
Hey,
PK, what were your thoughts on this topic?
No, I thought I thought it was a good topic, and I wrote down 6 words because I heard these in boundaries crossed, loyalties questioned, expectations unfulfilled. And that's what could potentially happen with family. It's the boundaries, because it, you know, a worship service bleeds over into a family reunion and vice versa. You have loyalties, like family expects loyalty, and they expect you to take certain sides, and it's a blessing and it's a burden. I mean, it's
Absolutely. It's both fans.
It's
both
both
ends.
ends. Both
I
ends. Love
I
that.
mean I mean I have family that goes to church, and It's been majority good, but there are times when it's just like, yo, I kind of just don't want to be. Can I just be brother or instead of pastor? It's a line. It's a fine line that you walk. When it's healthy, it's good, and I think that they both brought that out. But when it's unhealthy, it's toxic.
Dr. LA, before we go to our next
All I
segment,
want to say is I think that each one of these gentlemen who shared their point had good points to share.
oh my goodness gracious. You know what? This is this is the joy of producing this awesome show. And I'm so excited about the next segment. So we're going to go straight there.
Next. We got next.
This came from a group of pastors. Where should young Christians look for a mate? Should they date inside their church or date outside of their church? And y'all know I don't want no parts of
So I think they should date inside. I wouldn't say inside of their church. Like, definitely want to stay in the church realm. But I don't necessarily think that dating inside of your church, because everybody knows you. And then if y'all don't work, who gotta go? You know what I mean? So I wouldn't say inside of your church. Definitely want to stay in the church lifestyle, right? But you can step outside of your own place of worship.
I feel that. I mean, I definitely don't think I would date inside my own church. Like,
See? Because everybody know
yeah, like
everybody. And
for
like
sure.
business and
Yeah.
information, I don't need my business out there, at least not there yet, right? Eventually, but while I'm dating, I don't need everybody in my stuff. So
I
I don't
mean,
want to date
but
inside of my church.
you think it's that important that you date within church though?
Yes. Well, yes, I do. I think that it's kind of crazy. Maybe I'm contradictory saying that because I'm married to a Muslim man, but I think that it is important to stay within that realm because you can find yourself in an unequally yoked situation sooner rather than later, right? It's better to start equally yoked and then, with that like mindset than
Hmm.
to start outside of it, I think. Now, did I listen to that advice? Different story, but that's what I think.
I feel that. I mean, I think for me, I definitely I don't want somebody I mean, I want somebody to help me on my walk, but I
Mhm.
also don't want to feel like that person is like too much. It sounds bad saying somebody would be like too godly for me. Because I
Yeah,
want them to be on that, you know what I'm saying? I want like that's who I want, but like at the same time, like I want to have some room to be able to like grow
to
together.
grow.
So
I
yeah, so I
think
definitely think it's important to like make sure that person has like the same faith, right?
mhm,
But I don't know how far along that path I need them to be.
mm. I think it has a lot to do too, like as a man versus a woman. Like for me, like you saying in that journey of your walk, I would want someone as a woman, you might want someone who's a little further in your
Mm,
walk because you want to be
okay,
led, you want to be taught. And then as a man, you want to teach. Your whole point is to teach and lead your household. So it would make sense to me that you would look for someone who might be a little, I don't want to say back on the walk, but you know what I mean? Someone who actually need, something to look forward to, something to encourage them because that's the kind of man that you want to be, someone who encourages and teaches your family. But as a woman, you look for someone to lead and guide you. So that becomes a weird space as well because then you want to look for somebody who already has a little bit of knowledge but isn't too far gone because you still need that grace as well in being taught.
for
So
sure. 100% agree with you though. And I guess I didn't even think about it that way, that a woman wants to be led and a man wants to lead, but I guess subconsciously that's what we was both kind of, aiming at.
what you
So
look for. Yeah.
yeah.
And it's I don't know. Again, I think staying in that church realm is the best idea. but there's too many I don't want to say too many eyes, but there's too many eyes in you in your own church, because they already going to be checking for you when they find out you dating. Then they want to know where they go, where they worship. Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Slow down.
We're going to find out what the pastors have to say. But thank you guys. I'll see you later. Peace.
Yeah.
So, Dr. LA, do you? We got next. They're getting into the mix. You heard some opposing views, like Ali B saying, "Well, maybe I shouldn't say something because I did marry a Muslim," but then also saying, "But I believe," and finding someone in the church, maybe not my church. So, do you want me to go ahead and bring the fellas up?
Yeah, you can bring them in.
Okay, I'll
Absolutely.
bring it up. You want me to bring up the elder statesman first? I'll bring him up first. What's up, R-Dub? I bought you in first. Okay, so
Thank
fellas,
you.
let's talk about this topic. What say ye?
Well, I'll start. I understand and not wanting to date within your church. I think because both of them are in a 200, 150, 200 size church, that's where you're at. You think that, but if you were
Mhm.
at a 5,000 church, everybody don't know your business. So it all depends on the size of the church, I think, to say that everybody would beware and be in your business. Because, it would be ideal if you could be under the same word. And
Right.
so that is one way that you could grow together because you're hearing the same thing. So I think that could be a benefit. But I also understand with people being in your business. I was young and I was in church and I dated people in church and they was in my business, but they didn't care as much because they had their own thing going.
Uh, uh,
So that,
okay.
that would be my first response.
Okay, who wants to go next? PK, R-Dub?
I understand the concept of not your local church, the universal church. I appreciate them even addressing that, because you have a number of believers, young, middle age, older. Everybody wants to cross the line, and everybody wants to do this dating evangelism. I'm going to win him to Jesus. I'm going to
Everybody.
win.
I
A
mean,
lot of
I don't
people,
know
you know
about
what I mean?
everybody. Now,
Not
answer the
everybody,
question.
but
Now, R-Dub, we talking about where? Let me put the question up because the.
no. I'm just setting the preference because I commend them for even considering the
Okay,
idea in their mature statements. They made a serious, mature statement that even if it's not a person in their local assembly, at least
Mhm.
within the universal body of Christ, which is
gotcha.
good. But then I want to get a spin on even in your smaller church context, instead of looking at it, hey, everybody in my business, true, I understand that. But it also could be loving support,
Okay,
because you can
Absolutely.
get some
Absolutely.
loving support from that local
Hmm.
assembly,
I
and
Hmm.
love that.
that could be a case too.
Okay, PK, what say ye?
I was going to mention that. I think when I hear people in my business, it's always quote unquote with a negative connotation, but there's an element of accountability that people are in your business. That there's a level of love, and I'm wondering, there was a mention like, what if it doesn't work out? I think sometimes we may get too serious too quick,
Yeah. That's true.
and maybe we need to allow for some friendships, and we just simply need to have some different rules. Like the world has a certain set of rules around dating, like that 90-day before you can, like that just
Like
hopefully
what?
it
You
doesn't
what?
apply.
You
Now
stop.
wait. Now wait. Now who has these rules? Because you know what? Every time, let me just explain. Let me explain something to y'all. Every time I bring these men up, they talk about something. I'm like, whose rules? We're gonna we're gonna bring them back. I'm gonna let PK salvage his statement. We're not even going to act like it happened. So I'm just okay. Now
I,
what were
I
you saying,
can't.
PK?
I was talking about there are rules outside of
The
believers
church.
and the
Hmm.
relationship
Hmm.
where they got 90 days before
Oh,
people
you
quote
talking about
unquote.
Steve Harvey? You might as well just talk
Yeah,
about his.
Well,
You
well,
might
he
as well
didn't.
just call him out.
Listen, Steve Harvey ain't make that up. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, he just
Oh,
yeah.
who made the 90-day
capitalized
rule
that.
up?
He just
Oh, he
capitalized that.
capitalized. So
That's
you
hood
mean to
rules.
tell me that's
Yeah,
what the fellas
yeah,
think
yeah. That's
is
Hood
hood
rules.
90
rules.
days?
Yeah,
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 Oh,
yeah.
oh,
yeah.
All I'm saying
oh,
is that
oh,
we need
oh. Let me get my. Let me get
we need to
my.
we need to reframe the whole concept of how we look for mates and the on and off dating, bop, 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 over here, over there. I'm dating him, I'm dating her, dating her, dating her. When in actuality, what we probably need to do is I'm a part of a group of friends. We are getting to know one another. I'm finding out how they operate in their walk with Christ. I'm finding out their personality, their likes, their preferences, dislikes, their family. And then I'm making a leap. I'm taking a step to be in a relationship.
Okay, but
because
wait.
I know this
Pastor
person.
Kyle,
Mhm.
where should young Christians look for a
And this
mate?
is gonna
Should
do
they
that,
date
G.
inside the church or outside the church? We're not
Well,
talking about the courting process.
No,
This is
no. Hold on, wait. Our dub just went left. He took
that's why I
a
pulled
boat
y'all
trip,
out.
and
I want
I'm
to know.
He
I want to
totally
know.
got it.
I
But
want.
listen, he's saying, listen
golly.
to what he's saying. He's saying they should date in the church.
Yeah.
But
Okay, I missed that.
But the problem is the way dating is being defined and playing out is what he's talking about. If it's played
Okay.
out well, as I'm going out on a date with a friend to get to know someone, or I'm going out with a group of friends to get to know someone. If it's not about consummation of that relationship, then you don't have all of the feelings and the messiness, and you can break off that relationship. Oh, it didn't work out, but we didn't sleep together and do all of this. All we did was went out to the movies or went out to dinner. We realized we wasn't compatible and we moved on. You can stay in the same place when you date the right way.
Okay, so just so
Absolutely.
we're
Absolutely.
clear, you guys are expanding this to something that
Thank
was
you.
not
Yes,
even
they are.
brought up
We're talking
by
about what they said.
by
The
the
reason
young people. They didn't even talk
they
about
did,
sex.
no,
They
but they
didn't talk
talked
about that.
they
They didn't say
they
anything
didn't
about
use the word
consummate.
sex.
That's what I'm saying. Like
But
they're
when you
talking
talk
about.
about people in your business, when you
Okay, but
talk
then
about
stick
you don't want to
there.
date multiple people in the same church,
Mhm.
normally it's because it done went too far.
Okay, and you know what, guys? That is the answer. It is going too far.
I do want to get one more point in on
Go
that
ahead and
last
get your point in.
conversation.
We'll put you on the spot. Go ahead.
Okay, here the thing is,
Yes.
one of the best parts about dating within your church, especially for young ladies who don't have dads home, is you got some Christian men who can actually look out for you and help you vent that
I love
man
that.
that you bring in. And so I really try to be this surrogate father for young ladies who date somebody. I'm like, bring your boyfriend to church. So especially those who don't have dads at home, let somebody else vet them, get a chance to know them, and let them know that you might not have a dad at home, but you do have some men in your life who actually care about you. So
I
I
love
think
that.
I think that's critical in an aspect that needs to be, not a in your business thing, but in your corner kind of
This is
thing.
when our theologically deep dudes, shout out to AB, get to come up and let us know all the things.
Men of Issachar.
With all the controversy surrounding Christians watching Sinners and Him, are there movies or songs that should be off limits for Christians? I want to just say before y'all get started, I love this question and I'm really anxious to hear what you have to say. So I'll go ahead and let you guys have it.
Well, I guess the question that we beg the question: have you seen him?
Yeah, I've seen Sinners and Him. Yeah,
And him. So I've not seen him. I don't know that I want to see him, but I have seen Sinners, and I think when I think about that movie, great story, but it had the demonic. It had the demonic in it, and there was a demonic element, the horror, and I believe, like you believe, that the demonic is real, that we wrestle against spiritual forces, that this was a personification of what the demonic might look like via vampires, but there you have these common enemies, you have those elements. I mean, the movie had a ton of stuff, and I'm not sure about him if it had those elements in it. But I saw a preview. I just wasn't feeling it. And it's funny with this question, like even the I don't know why I had a different take on it. Even with the previews, I was thinking about Proverbs 4:23, guard your heart, because out of the heart comes the issues of life. and I'm very careful in this. Yeah. So this question brought up like, why are you watching Sinners but not him? But that's there's an appetite for certain kind of movies that I have, but then there's an appetite. There's some stuff I can't touch, and at some point, there's certain things I just don't want to see visually. And there was some stuff in Sinners. I'm like, wow, I wish I didn't know it was like that. And just visually, your mind captures stuff, and those elements, they stick with you, and they're in your subconscious. And I mean, it could really come up, and it can create some open doors, I think, for wrong thinking and a faulty understanding of the demonic. And,
absolutely. I think there's definitely your body, just like you would put food in your body, you can put stuff in your mind and in your heart, and you got to remember it is a temple, and you have to guard it. Job talked about making a covenant with his eyes. So there's definitely certain things that you see that can affect you. I remember talking to my son and like, look, you can listen to like, certain musics, but if I listen to cuss, it's in me, and it's only take a certain, point in time for it to come out of you because you done put it in you, And so I think there's definitely should be some level of maturity in what we do. Now, the idea, I mean, we talking about the church has been against Wizard of Oz and Harry Potter and anything else since the beginning of time, just movies, period, right? And so I think that part is a bit much, but I think in recognizing what you can handle. So for me, I don't like urban dramas. I used to Boys in the Hood, Minister Society, stuff like that. When we grew up, I used to love it. Now I hate it. I hate to see, black
urban
people
violence
killed on the screen. I hate to see urban violence. I hate to see that kind of crime. I don't like slavery movies. I don't like seeing that kind of thing. And I'm just not attracted to horror movies, period. But part of seeing things like Sinners or Him, individuals selling their soul for the devil, to me, those are points where I'm meeting somebody where I know that those who I'm trying to reach is watching this. And this provides fodder and a conversation for me to take them from where they are with one of their artifacts to where they need to be. So I'm not in fear of watching something with horror or demonic and wondering, oh man, am I going to go to the dark side? But for those who are, watch that kind of stuff and in those kind of places, I'm able to speak into a place where they are. This is their starting point, and I'm able to help take them to where they need to be. So I don't see it as just off limits for everybody. But again, when you talk about, is there things off limit? Yeah. Do you want to go see porn? Right?
Exactly.
Do you, what is it that you see that causes you to sin? That tempts you to stumble. And then, we talk about First Corinthians when I was preaching on your brother and the weaker brother and talking about doing something that's going to also cause somebody else to some of they see you doing it. So we promote, we can go see whatever we want. They think they can see whatever we want, but they're not able to handle that.
I tried to watch a Tyler Perry Netflix series, and I couldn't get through the first episode. It was just it was more of it was nudity, sexually explicit. I'm like, nah, I got to turn it off. And that was the prompting of the Holy Spirit. In addition, knowing from Scripture how the infectious nature of the world around us, like the darkness that is around us. How do we deal with it? How do we say, is enough is enough?
I mean, I could be talking to regular people and I could be like, yeah, this conversation ain't for me. Like I'm out. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't matter. But when you don't have it and when you are so comfortable, you need to ask yourself, you know what I mean? How does your spirit feel? Because you're feeding yourself this.
Exactly.
Right. And if there is no discomfort in watching whatever, you got to ask yourself, where am I at? Right? Where am I at?
That I mean, you got You mean
whether or not it's
yeah.
white supremacy or Umar Johnson. I mean,
Exactly.
let's be
Dr.
clear.
Umar. Yeah,
It ain't got to be a white thing. It can be a black thing. Anything that's not a Christ thing is a bad thing, right?
And it should be a trigger.
And it should be a trigger within us that say, yeah, this is not of God, right? At a certain point, it's not entertaining when it's not. You know what I mean? And I think that's the point. At a certain point, you're like, this is not entertaining. You know, and when I was watching him, I went with my son. My son wanted to see it, and when I was watching him, there was a point when I said, "This is not entertaining. Why are we here?"
Yeah,
it was more than somebody selling their soul to the devil to play football. It was a bit much for me. You know what I mean? And when we were walking out, it was a pastor and his wife walking in, and they said, "What did y'all see?" Right? They were going to see some corny John. You know, and they said, "What did y'all see?" And they went like, "Oh, y'all saw that?" Like they looked at me like, "Oh, like Pastor, you saw that?" And
that's how you living.
And then they was like, "Would you recommend it?" I'm like, "No, I wouldn't recommend it, but I did see it."
Well, this was a great discussion. I'll leave my opinions out of both of those movies. I saw them both when they came out. R-Dub, did you want to add any insight, sir?
Well,
or any opinion? Did you see the movies?
No, I didn't.
No, you know I ain't see those movies.
I mean, I could ask him if he saw it.
Choice when I saw the clips, I said, "This is not a movie for me."
Okay, got it. And why? I guess so. Since you didn't see that movie, why wouldn't it have been a movie for you?
For me, I'm not into horror, and I'm not into selling your soul to the devil, because I think people have done this.
He's watching Matlock.
Yeah.
First of all, I love Matlock. Whoa! Pause. Pump the brake. Pump the brakes. I love Matlock. But go ahead, Arthur.
The Bible does tell us that all things are lawful but not expedient. Right, so we do understand that,
but not beneficial.
But not, But and at the same time, thank you for being direct and clear in the quote. But let me finish what I'm saying. And then there's the spiritual maturity side, whereas I know we're not in the corner yet, but I'm ready. But you can tell I'm ready.
Listen, you already done been in the corner. Y'all always going at it. Y'all driving me nuts. But go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Now, what I want to say is that there is a level of spiritual maturity, because I think there's a time when particularly the more spiritual ones should not feel comfortable telling everybody what they have done, because that immature person can take that, experience it, and have a different outcome. And you don't want to be a reference for their fall. I share with folk, I can't watch a Samuel L. Jackson movie Friday or Saturday before Sunday.
Oh, so you can watch it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Yeah, because I got time to detox.
Oh, now you know what? And this is why I just, you know what?
How many
you know what? I'm because you saw PK about to get started. PK was about to get started, y'all. Y'all know what it is when we here late at night with y'all. Y'all know what it is. So Dr. LA, this was a great question. I'm gonna go ahead and go to a commercial break before we head on to On the Spot. Peace.
Thank you for visiting Great Commission Church. We are a church that loves God and loves people. We are informal because we consider one another family. And family cares about one another, and it's our desire to help build up the men, the women, and the children that God sends us. We also value community, and therefore we dedicate ourselves and our service to helping those in need. We invite you to come as you are and begin a new journey of growth and spiritual maturity, of discovering your purpose and walking in your calling. I'm Pastor Anderson, and I look forward to meeting you in person.
Listen, I'm glad that we're back. So listen, this episode has been very, very, it's been impactful. I've had to remove you guys. What's up with y'all tonight?
Multiple times.
Yeah, what's up with y'all tonight? Like, why? What was about this Tuesday that wasn't the other 5 Tuesdays? Explain.
I don't know what's going on.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad to be back from a break. Like, help me pray, guys. But y'all know what segment this is my favorite. And actually, I'm excited about this gentleman that we're bringing on. So I'm not going to belabor the point. And here we are on the spot, guys. Dr. Ryan Day, a native of Westminster, Maryland, is the lead pastor of Wrightsdale Baptist Church in beautiful Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. He has served in pastoral ministry for the past 25 years and is passionate to help people understand the Bible and apply it to everyday life. He completed his doctorate of ministry degree from Baptist Bible Seminary in 2024. And from 2016 to 2019, Pastor Day was a monthly contributor to LifeZet, a news and commentary website founded by Fox News TV host Laura Ingraham. His monthly articles addressed various topics related to Bible doctrine, marriage, faith, family, and the Christian worldview. His writings have also appeared at foxnews.com, Baptist Resource Network, shout out to BRN, the Baptist Bulletin, the Baptist Paper, and National Right to Life. Pastor Day is married to Heather, and they have 5 handsome sons and a beautiful daughter. Come on, 6 children. His book, Such Great Faith, released in June 2025. So I would like to introduce to some and present to others none other than Pastor Ryan Day.
Hey guys, how you doing?
How are you today?
I'm so excited. I'm on the Athens Ave podcast, man. Life is good.
I'm going to go ahead and allow Dr. LA to do his thing and truly put you on the spot. Dr. Anderson.
Hey, my friend, how you doing?
Hey, my friend. How you doing, brother? Good to talk to you. Hey, thanks for having me. I just want to, right at the beginning, I want to say congrats to you two. Season 5. That is a huge accomplishment. So shout out to both of you and all your people working behind the scenes to make Athens Ave great. I appreciate it. You guys do good work. So keep it up. So big congrats for me on season 5. That's a huge accomplishment, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. You know, I got a chance to get a sneak preview of your book prior to coming out, and I was blessed by it. And I when I read it, you know, I love the way not only did you deal with the text itself, but you revealed some of yourself in it, and you gave us a glimpse of who you are. And so as you wrote the book, you know, Such Great Faith, let me know what was the big idea behind it? Like, there's so many different books out there. Why did you feel that you needed to write this and cut through some of what's out there in order to give us this book?
Well, Such Great Faith really just came out of some of my own study in God's word and just being excited, especially as you read through the Gospels and you see Jesus interacting with people. And on more than one occasion, Jesus really champions people and celebrates the great faith that they showed as they were living life and maybe going through adversities or whatever they were living through. So I wanted to write this book just to help people understand that to go further with God and to go further with Jesus, it all starts with faith. And so I wanted to be able to put together a book that would not be a seminary textbook, but a book for everyday Christians who say, I want to go further with God. And the way to go further with God is to go further in your faith. And so that's what this book was all about, is helping people go further in their faith and in their journey with Jesus.
Absolutely. Now, you know, we all of us done wrote some books, and the Lord done birthed it in our bosom. And I love the response. Tell me from you, from Ryan, like what was it in your heart that made you say, I have to do it?
So reading some of those passages, especially the ones where there's one passage in particular, and all of the stories that I focus on come out of the Gospel of Luke. And there's this one passage where Jesus is interacting with this one guy, and he has such faith. And then Jesus says, I've never seen faith like this before. I've never seen such great faith. And I just thought to myself, man, what would it mean for Jesus to say that to me? That I've never seen that he would be amazed and encouraged to see that kind of faith in me. And so just getting even in my own life and in my own heart, what does it mean for me to keep growing in my faith? And so as I just continue to read God's word, and especially those accounts, there's some great narratives and some stories there in the Gospel of Luke where Jesus is working with all different people, men, women, young, old, people who are healthy, people who are going through physical challenges, but yet the issue of faith is at center stage. And so, man, that just really resonated with my heart, that this is the key to help us grow, is to activate that faith, follow Jesus. And man, how could I do that even as a follower of Christ myself? So that was really a big motivating factor, that, man, I could just see how Jesus champions faith, and I wanted other people to see that and grow in that too.
When you first invited me to participate and to review, I thought it was a book for pastors, but it's welcome. But this book is for everybody, right?
It is. This is a book that I wrote for everyday Christians. I mean, these are the beginnings of this content was being shared with my own church family, and my church. We started a podcast just with my Sunday messages, and for the first 2 years of that podcast, this material that I taught on such great faith was number one on our podcast for over 2 years. And that was just a wake-up call to me, is that, wow, people are really interacting with this and growing and learning. And that's when the Lord really laid it on my heart that, man, this needs to get transitioned, not just from sermons. It needs to become a book. And so that was really the audience from day one, was not professionals, was not ministry people, not necessarily pastors, but just ordinary Christians who say, how can I grow further in my faith?
I'm glad to have it. I'm glad to have read it. I'm glad to have you on here to talk about it and to promote it. I want my people to definitely get it, and this is a great way for them to see it. As you continue on this journey, are you speaking on the book? Are you, how are you doing your promotions for that? So that, I want to hear, where are you gonna be talking about this beyond, our 10-minute podcast? When do you get a chance to talk about this more?
We have a conference coming up for our state fellowship. The Baptist Resource Network's coming up, so I'm going to be talking about it there a little bit. I'll have a vendor table there and just trying to get the word out. I've got a Facebook page that people can check out where it's called Ryan Day Author, and if you go on there, you'll see snippets of the book, and you'll see some of the endorsements from yourself, Dr. LA, and some other respected Christians who are trying to just get the word out to people. So, I'm just trying to be faithful to put out the truth. And I'm just asking the Lord that he would open up the right doors and the right times and places, for that thing to go out there. You can go check out my podcast. It's called The Increase. The Increase. So if you, anywhere you get podcasts, go take a look for The Increase and just type in The Increase Ryan Day, and you'll see, I think we're about probably 250 episodes in now. And it's basically just my weekly messages that go out there. And we've had a great response to that. So you could roll back through The Increase and see all of the messages that I actually presented that has a lot of this content in audio format.
Well, that sounds wonderful, man. Thank you for creating another tool for us to put in our toolbox, for us to continue to walk and grow by faith. Thank you for having something for all of the church, not just our pastoral fraternity, but for all believers to be able to take a hold on to. And thank you for making yourself available to come on to the show.
Now, thank you guys so much. And I know that this podcast is known for talking about Go Birds, and I know it's all about the
oh my God! Now, Pastor Ryan, don't start nothing that we ain't got to. Don't do that.
I know this was something special today, so I brought something special for you guys to check out today.
My!
I brought my special goods here so that we.
Okay, now guys, I've never removed a guest. I have never removed a guest. But Pastor Ryan
The
tried it
audacity,
and
right?
he tried it
Can he do
tonight.
that?
Like, what? He can't do that. You know
Can
what?
he do that?
We're believers, and I am the faith stalker. So I really
Mm.
love his book. So I'm not even gonna hate on him, but I'm gonna bring him back because he still got his regalia on. But
So
we gonna
so
bring him. We gonna bring him back.
so here's the thing. Go ahead. You can
Yes,
bring him back. You can bring him back.
I'm gonna bring him
And
back. Okay, let me bring him back.
and the
Oh,
only
hi,
only reason
Pastor Ryan. How you doing?
only reason we bringing you back is because the raven is 2 in the Bible.
That's
Yeah,
right.
Yes,
that's the
that
only
is
reason.
why.
So the
That's the only
eagle's in
reason.
there, but the raven is in there. God used it. So
That's
I'll bring
right.
that one. I'll bring that one back.
That's
Um,
right.
you
I
know,
just
Oh,
I had to wear this for my friend today because I know every Athens Ave podcast. I know we always get Philly in there, but we got to get my boys in there for Baltimore. Even though our record is not good right now, I just wanted to
oh,
I just want to come on here and represent
yeah,
some
right.
other birds. Some other birds are out there.
Yeah,
And hey,
yeah.
we're not as good. We're not as good this year as you guys. We're trying to keep up with the champs, but we got a long way to go. But anyway, I just want to say, hey guys, again, my congratulations to the Athens Ave team on season 5, and I just appreciate you guys so much. Thanks for having me on to talk about this book. Such great faith. You
Absolutely.
guys have been such an
Well,
encouragement to
now
me
wait
and
a
to your
minute, Pastor
audience. So
Ryan.
thank you
Pastor
guys.
Ryan.
Thank you.
Pastor Ryan. Now you're running. He running
He
the
running the show,
podcast.
right?
I
Yeah,
didn't
you know.
even finish asking my question yet, and
This is his podcast.
look. He
Go
said,
for
"All
it.
right, guys, thank you and good night." Oh, Pastor Ryan, you can come hang with us anytime. But what is typically customary, first of all, excellent interview. I'm really excited to read your book. I actually just ordered it. So I'm excited to read it. I am the faith stalker. God definitely speaks to me intimately about faith as well. And I wrote a book about it. So I'm excited to also read your account. This is like, I was like, yes, to get the faith out there. So let me ask you a fun. We already know who your favorite football team is. Let's not. We don't have to talk about
We don't have
that.
to ask that, right?
Yeah, we don't have to ask that. But let me
They do got
ask you.
purple in their
Yeah,
colors, though.
no, purple and gold. It's purple and
Yeah.
gold, Dr. LA. Yes. So here's my question. I saw that you're married. How long have you and your wife been married with your 6 children?
Oh my word. We're married 31 years.
I
31 years. And so yeah. And we have 6 children. My oldest 2 are married.
Okay.
But we have 6 kids, and is a funny story I like to tell people. Of the 6 children, we had 2 kids in the 90s, then we had 2 kids in the 2000s, then we had 2 kids in the 2010s.
Oh,
So we
wow.
have had 2 children in 3 different decades.
That is really
Okay.
cool. Yeah, that's really
It's
cool.
crazy. It's
No, it is
crazy.
crazy.
Yeah, that look, he said that is crazy. I mean, yes, when I saw the 5 handsome boys, and then he said, and beautiful, I said, well, come on, Pastor Ryan, be fruitful and multiply. So here's my next question. Who's the chef? I always ask these same questions. Who's the chef in the home? Is it you or your wife?
My wife is definitely the chef. I would say she is the premier cook of our household. She knows the recipes, she knows the good stuff, and she keeps us full. So she's good. She's great.
Look, he getting his brownie points. You see this tonight? Tonight's gonna be a good night, huh, Dr. LA? Okay.
I hear you. I hear you.
So what's her favorite meal that you all like? Like something that you always like is without fail, you could eat that morning, noon, and night.
One of the best recipes that my wife makes is this Italian chicken that she makes, and it's kind of like a Parmesan chicken. You sprinkle in almost a whole container of Parmesan cheese, and you coat the chicken with it. A lot of extra spices, and so my kids just they just eat that up every
Chef's
time.
kiss. I want to thank you again for coming with us tonight and just talking to us about faith. Like that really energized me. I was like, oh my gosh, we're like, this is amazing. So I can't wait to hear your podcast and see you speaking. I'm looking forward to even doing some other things. So thank you, Dr. LA, for always connecting to people. So we'll remove ourselves and we'll give you time with our audience. you're gonna have to take that Raven stuff off though. I'm not sure about the Eagles fans in the thread, but we gonna let him live tonight. Please do not eat him up in the comments, guys. Be nice. Look. As soon as he put it on, the chat started going crazy.
I know that's
knew.
right.
All of a sudden, your interactions with your audience just went through the roof. Everybody, I just want to say thanks again for letting me be a part of the Athens Ave podcast. I wrote this book, Such Great Faith. It's not a seminary book. It's for regular people just like you. It's for regular Christians who want to go further in their faith. So I'd encourage you to check it out. Get it wherever. If you'd like to get it for your Kindle, you can go on to the Amazon store and just take a look for Such Great Faith by Ryan Day. And you can get it there at the Kindle store. Or if you'd like to get the paperback version, head over to my website at books.by/Ryan Day. Books.by/Ryan Day. And you can get your paperback version. And I just hope that it'll encourage you in those 6 encounters that we'll take a look at with Jesus in the Gospel of Luke. You can go further in your faith. Faith is what makes all the difference. The Bible says in Hebrews that without faith, it's impossible to please him. So friend, let me just encourage you, whatever you're facing today, go further in your faith. Don't use faith as the last resort. Use it as the first response. I hope you'll check out the book and hope you'll be encouraged.
But we didn't had a pack full night, okay? I didn't had to remove y'all. We didn't had to do all the things. So can we close in unison today?
Amen. Let's do that.
Okay.
No,
we're not. No, I'm gonna bring up. Why you gotta do me? I'm gonna bring up PK. PK, can you do us the honors tonight? I think Dr. LA said it's your turn.
Well, only on Athens Ave will you hear the term tonight. We heard Ace Boom Coon. We heard Fredo. And we sang a gospel song back in the 70s. So you'll see and hear anything on the Ave. We are so glad that you joined us tonight. Hopefully it was a great show for you. It was a great show for us. God be glorified in everything we say and do. Peace.
Peace.